Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Taiji. I have done absolutely nothing in this game. I launched it and this is exactly where it puts you. There's no menu, no nothing. This is a puzzle game. It seems to be very inspired by The Witness, or at least very much in the same vein as The Witness in terms of the sort of like walk around an island and do puzzles kind of vibe. And this seems to me to have sort of slipped under a lot of people's radar. So I thought it might be fun for us to explore it together. Obviously, this is a puzzle game. Watching me do the puzzles is going to give you the solutions and spoil the gameplay. So, if at any point during this you think this looks fun, like you might like to do this, don't feel bad. Go ahead and stop the video, go do the thing. Just please come back. After you've solved it. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and just explore the thing together. It very clearly wants me to click here, so... And then space. Can I do it again? Okay, so space is depressing the button under the character's feet. Okay. Space does not allow me to, like, jump or anything under other circumstances. So obviously I'm going to be figuring this out live, and there's a chance that this is going to lead to some embarrassing me getting stuck type stuff. There's a tetromino here. So do we have any other, are there any other interactions that we can have with this thing? Yeah, okay, we can feed the power back into it by clicking on the box again. Oh, but this is a... It is a prison. So click that, then space to feed the power up into it. So just in case you're unfamiliar with The Witness, a huge part of what is interesting and fun about The Witness is that the game does not really explain the mechanics of the puzzles to you in any way. You very much are on your own as far as figuring things out, and the figuring out even what you are supposed to be doing is a pretty huge part of the gameplay. So I'm expecting that to be very much the same here. We make the tetromino, and then we press the button. Aha! There we go. Oh, shift is run. Okay, cool. It is really interesting that there's another dock, so to speak. I wonder if we could have made that one slide down to meet the island. Or, oh, well, okay. It's fine. We don't need that. So this one's black. I'm going to assume that it means the negative space, maybe? Indeed. Okay. So white tetromino is highlight those squares. Black tetromino is leave those squares unhighlighted. Just to make absolutely sure, nothing will happen if I do highlight those squares, right? Okay. Now let me just completely invert that and also have very poor mousing accuracy. It definitely does feel like a 2D pixel art Witness. Like even the environment design, like you powered a thing and then power runs along the wire and opens a gate with a creak noise. Like it's got a vibe that is very clearly supposed to be reminiscent of The Witness. They want you to think of this. Stepping on that doesn't actually activate it. Okay, this one's live. Is it the same? I mean, there's this shape here, which is definitely, like, it's very hard to tell. I'm gonna try just putting in the tetrominos that we have down there. I'm assuming this is not going to work. Right. Okay. So they're trying to tell you to be aware of the environment in case there might be puzzles in the environment. And I guess I'll say at this point, I don't intend to do a ton of it on purpose, but there may be some spoilers for The Witness in just me talking about this. Oh, actually, okay, I see. The shape of this whole region is sort of like, it's almost the puzzle. It's almost this shape here. But this bit of this L is not fully filled in, so... No? Right, because dark, light... Maybe this is supposed to read as light as well? No. Hold on a second. We'll come back in a second. Oh, or maybe it's just... Maybe it's just that, and I didn't... didn't step up far enough. So... Yeah, it's interesting that there are parts that are in negative. Are we supposed to fill in the corners so that those parts appear to be... Yes. Okay. So any square that's adjacent to a square that is explicitly in negative gets filled in, even if the puzzle doesn't necessarily contain the instruction that should be filled in. Maybe. Gonna have to deduce these rules as we go. So in that case, it's like these two are explicitly lit up, and then this one is lit up by the black squares. We can't light this one up, though, because if we did, it would blend in with the white shape. This should be lit, though, because it's completely surrounded by black squares. So if we're understanding the rules of the puzzle correctly, this will work? Okay. Seems like we got it. I don't actually know what that did. I maybe should get in the habit of running around a little bit more and exploring the environment and seeing where there are things before putting in puzzle solutions that might solve a thing off screen without me realizing that a thing got solved. But to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know, this doesn't seem to have done anything at all. Curious that there's a break in the wall that you can step through. Oh, anyway. That's broken. Well, I'm gonna assume that this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, just like normal English reading order. No. Maybe it's enter the only one that's possible with that broken, which would be the bottom right shape. Okay. And then starting from the bottom right shape arbitrarily clockwise? No. Okay, counterclockwise. Except this one has a white square already filled in. Okay. So yeah, this is basically the sort of thing that we're in for here. I just thought this would be fun to do on the channel and to share with people, because again, I think that this one seems to have sort of slipped by, less noticed than I think it might deserve to be. Ooh. I do not have any idea how long this is, but this is what we're doing, because I love puzzle games very, very much. So these maybe refer to like puzzle areas, like we're going to go do a thing and then come back here and a region's going to have lit up, and once we've done them all, a gate appears here or something. In terms of the structure of a video game, that makes a lot of sense to me. I guess let's, we just kind of have to pick a direction to start in. Okay, puzzles. This is not powered. You have a bunch of solar power panels. Oh, this is very interesting. Can I interact? Can I sneak around this, or... No. I was kind of curious if this, if the wall around this roofed area had any breaks, if it was possible for us to sneak in there, but it looks like probably no. Probably that is not the intent here. Can we go into the mountain? Kind of. Still sort of learning the rules of navigating the game world. Okay, so we're going to have to get something over here. I mean, I guess we got to work our way all the way down first, right? Or maybe not. Maybe I've hit a dead end. I've just pressed slash and backslash on the keyboard because I'm noticing these. I was hoping maybe that might give us some activation, but I guess we can see there are those buttons to stand on over here. Oh, this one's raised. Sorry, this is totally... Okay, what is the meaning of this? M. It's not clear to me what clicking M is doing. Oh, okay, so pressing M while I have a mouse over on a thing is... It's leaving like a residue on the shape. Yeah, weird. Huh. Okay. So some of these spaces are stuck in the on position. Some of them are, one of them is stuck in the off position. What do we do with this? This feels very complicated to be an initial state. Okay, it's not as simple as turn on all the horizontal lines and turn off all the diagonals. The fact that one of these diagonals is locked on and the other one is locked off is probably supposed to tell us something. Pretty hard to know what, though. Usually, the puzzle that's supposed to teach you about the meaning of a symbol in The Witness is pretty simple. Like, it's so simple that you kind of can't not solve it. It does make me wonder if maybe this is not an area that we're supposed to be starting in. All right, let's go back to the branch. Maybe this is a more advanced region. There were a couple of those in The Witness where they are expecting you to already have some ideas of how puzzles work before you come in. Huh. Well, all of this seems very weird and complicated. Where is the beginning of this area? Oh, it's... This tipped over minecart when we were just walking in. I thought it was like a weird statue of a frog for a moment. I don't know if you can see, like, these are the eyes and... Okay, that seems important. We can get to that, right? Oh, it's... Well, I mean... Right, like the shape on here? So when I stand on this, it shows me... So that's the big gate below us. But the position of the interlocked, like the square and the diamond that was holding us prisoner is not... It's not actually down there. We came from down there, but I guess maybe it's like a... Sort of a vibe map. It's not entirely accurate. But okay, so maybe these things are just maps. What is this? Can I interact with this? No, I cannot. So there is a light and dark shape thing here. Oh, stepping on these spaces, like they are depressing when I touch them. And I can do the glow on the tiles in this room. Can I do that everywhere? No. Okay. So yeah, the tiles in this little room are like an active puzzle. The tiles here are an active puzzle, right? Yes, because I can glow them. We still don't know what the glow actually does. Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what to make of this. What if we reflect this? So, like, this part of this area is a reflection across this axis of this part of this area. So what if we just continue the pattern? I really don't have any idea what to do here. And we can't, like, go over there and walk on these spaces or anything because this is in the way. And I can't just make this thing disappear, right? No, it is not vulnerable to interaction. So we're going to be feeling our way around this more or less in the dark for a little while. Again, I may be trying to approach a puzzle area from the middle, potentially. Do we have an idea for sure of, like, what is supposed to be the beginning? Okay. So that thing just wants you to fill in the spaces that have a dot on them. That's something. Does this lead to more puzzles that are like that? Because that's very doable. I can I can grasp that immediately. Yeah, I mean, it sort of looks like it, right? But how would I actually get across the water? So if I draw some stuff in and then hit space, no. Does it have to be like a path that connects the two? No. So this will only accept a version of this thing that I can't cross. I was kind of thinking we were going to have to draw a bridge. What if it's... Because, like, the rules of this are not 100% clear from here. In this one, yeah, I don't know if this is the answer to this puzzle. Like, first of all, these can't even be turned off, so there's not anything here for us to learn from that. But also, that doesn't help me get across. Is my most pressing thought. Maybe there's another way to access that area over there. Let's try to go around the water. Oh gosh, there are a lot of puzzle regions up here. Okay, this area is simple binary. Okay. So there are 7 bits here and 7 boxes. Is it? I mean, the puzzles. The answer's got to be a combination of the 2 lines, right? Is it as simple as this? Just everything that reads 1 in either line? No. Okay, so 1 is toggle. 0 is don't toggle. So these get toggled on, but then get toggled back off. These 3 bits just get toggled on and left alone. Potentially. I don't know what to make of these. They don't have a puzzle directly in front of them. Let's see if the logic holds. So these 2 would remain off because they get toggled twice. This one remains off because it doesn't get toggled. This is the exact same solution as the one below. Okay, but the logic seems to hold. So here, toggled thrice. You're on, off, on, off. Okay. Seems to be the answer. Twice, thrice, 0, twice, once, once, once. Cool. Having done that doesn't seem to accomplish very much for us, but we did make the puzzle pad light up, so that's fun. I don't know what to do with these. Does 4-bit binary... 4-bit binary doesn't have a whole lot of values, right? So my first thought was, oh, maybe it's like a coded message, maybe it's letters, but how many characters do you get in 4-bit? It's 1, 2, 4. This is only 8 characters, so if they were trying to send a message to us, we would have to figure out which characters are even valid before we could read this. Because what? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It is interesting that they're in sort of a not a totally intuitive order. I wonder if that's information that we're going to need later somehow? I don't know. Let's just keep looking around. Does climbing up past these binary puzzles find us more binary puzzles by any chance? Oh, you climb up onto a mountain and walk across a little rickety bridge over a river, and again, the people who made this game, person actually, I think it is a one-person deal. They really want you to know that they played The Witness, they liked The Witness, they thought The Witness was rad. Well, I mean, now I'm very curious what's up at the top, though. Right? Like, hold on. Is this a path? Well, it's one of those map things, at least, potentially. Yeah, okay. We're filling in the map. So this is the weird maze area, the two-color maze area. This is the binary area up here. At least we got here by passing through a binary area. This is interesting. Okay, maybe what we saw down there was just like an introduction, and this is where the actual puzzles are. It's interesting that it's spatially so far removed, though. So these are lit. That one's not. Yeah, so far the actual puzzles are very simple. I'm assuming it'll get a little bit more complicated as we get further in. So there's a bunch of tombstones here that obviously read as 0 and 1. But what would I... With there not being a thing to stand on to light some stuff up, I don't really know what to do with it. It sure seems like it's trying to give us environmental puzzle information, right? And this is very curious as well, this little rock. Don't know what to make of it yet. For the moment, I guess let's just keep following the obvious power line of the puzzles. I don't love the way these are not actually aligned. Makes it harder to read. I see. That's going to be the whole thing, though, huh? So if we just sort of like mentally slide this to the right a little bit, this is once, this is twice, this is 0 times, this is twice, this is once, this is once. Yeah, all right. They're just going to play with us a little bit. Once, twice, once, twice, once. Okay, and yeah, they're sliding them together vertically. So this shape is a once. What is the difference between U and U? No, this shape is 2 zeros. It's 2 zeros halfway vertically overlaid, so that the the bottom rung of the top 0 is in the middle of the bottom 0, so there doesn't seem to be any space. So these are zeros, this is twice, but these two spaces are once each. Yeah. Okay. So on this one, it looks like the figures are completely overlaid, so if these were zeros, the middle part would be blank. So this is 2 ones, this is a 0 and a 1, a 0 and a 1, a 0 and a 1. Yeah. And finally, okay, same deal. These are totally overlaid, so they are zeros and ones. This is 2 zeros, this is 2 ones, 0 and a 1, 2 zeros, 2 ones. Okay, I feel good having figured something out. I was getting a little bit nervous there that I was gonna just wander around for the full hour, completely unaware of what to make of anything. So, all right, this one's raised. I don't need to look for power running to things necessarily. I need to look for the raised state. So both of these sequences are this length. Is this like, are we adding them? Maybe. So in a state where you're adding anything to just raw zeros, obviously it's just going to be the other figure. And this is not correct. Okay. We're being taught something here, but I know not what. Out of curiosity. No, okay. It's not like this state effectively multiplied by 0. So what is it? Why is this wrong? Maybe... Okay. Maybe this figure is reflected horizontally? Here's a question. If they're stacked vertically, which one is the one that was on the left? I guess in this case it won't matter, because if you flip either of these horizontally, it perfectly negates the other one. Here it starts to matter, though. So, okay, let's just do a little bit of guess and check. If we horizontally flip the first figure, you still get 1 0 here. You get 1 1 here, so that stays blank. You get 0 1 here, 0 1 here, 0 0 here, and 1 1 here. Okay. If we horizontally flipped the bottom figure, this is 1 1. This is 0 0. This is 1 0. This is 1 0. This is 1 1. This is 1 0. Okay, so we are to horizontally flip the bottom figure. In this case, we only have one figure, although it's probably just they're sliding together again. So, okay, but they're exactly the same because the figures are all clear. So, if we understand this as 2 figures perfectly overlaid, and then we flip one of them, this is 1 1, this is 1 0, this is 1 0, this is 1 1, this is 1 0, this is 1 0. Yeah. Okay. Easy. I hope I'm explaining this clearly enough that everybody's following my thought process. So we have 7 bits here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bits here. So that's... What I'm thinking is it's 5 shapes and 5 shapes. This is 2 7-digit numbers, right? 5 digits, and then the other 2 are perfectly overlapped. And the left 7, we should horizontally reverse them. So actually, is my notepad around? No, my notepad is not around here. Okay, I will grab that for future episodes. We're just going to try to do this by eyeballs. I guess the good news is this set of 7 figures is horizontally symmetrical. So that actually does make things a lot easier. So if we combine them then. The 0 and this 1, the 1 and this 0, the 0 and this 1, the 0 and this 0, the 1 and this 1, the 1 and this 0, and then the last figure is 1 and 1, right? 7th shape and 7th shape. Nope, I definitely screwed that up somewhere. Bloody hell. Okay, maybe the thing that'll be easier to do is let's just enter the left figure and then modify it by the right figure. If we understand this to be like the line, the 7 figures to the right, the 7 numbers to the right of here are the other figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. Here is where the line is. So we don't modify this one. Modify, modify, don't modify 2, modify 1. That's a totally different answer than I got the first time, which has me very worried. So maybe I'm wrong about this. The logic that I was using held steady through this puzzle. What else could it be? I mean, it's possible we're just supposed to flip the other 7 figures. So, like, again, we enter this, right? The stuff to the left of this line. And then we take the stuff to the right of this line and apply it horizontally reversed. So this corresponds with that 0. We don't toggle. That's the one we do toggle. 2 zeros, no toggle. 2 ones do toggle, and then a 0. Okay. So that seems sort of arbitrary, though. Like, it's just... They just decided this time we're flipping the rightmost 7 figures instead of the leftmost 7 figures. Maybe there will always be an element of guess and check with these. Okay, and then this is 2 figures perfectly overlaid, but we must understand that one of them is to be reversed. So we're just gonna enter one of the figures as it appears. Right, there's 4 ones, then they're perfectly overlaid 0, 1, 0. And then the other figure is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. And we'll just reverse that and lay it over top of this sequence. So we read it as, first of all, 4 ones. Oh, no, sorry. We read it as 1, 0, 1, 0. So toggle, don't, then don't, then toggle, then don't. And the problem is that could have been the answer, or the answer could have been the inverse of that, and we would have, or the inverse of that process. And we just kind of had to try them both. I got lucky the first time. So when that fired, I did get an achievement. Let's go back down to the big area in the center, the big thing in the center, and see if that lit up. Am I going? This is not the way I came in. Will this work? Okay, hold on. I don't know how to do that puzzle yet. Let's just go back the way we came. Was it? It was, yeah, it was over here. That's right. That's right. You know, puzzle game stuff. So we're going back to the big gate to see if we've lit up the binary portion of the circle underneath it. And I will say, I feel like the, oh. Okay, that's how that's interesting. We'll come back. Indeed. One area solved. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe you only have to solve 5 of the areas to get this to open? That's really interesting. But yeah, I think that's going to be basically the shape of the thing. Maybe this isn't going to be a very long game at all. Anyway, let's keep looking around for puzzle areas to access. We're going to start with the ones that make quick, intuitive sense to me, and then we'll figure out the other ones. I think that's my plan. This is elaborate. ornate even. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. Now see here, there are two different ways to read this one. Apparently that works. Okay. You are here. Huh. How do we know what to enter? Presumably it's like environmental details somewhere, or... That's very interesting. Why is there a puzzle panel just like over there? And it's raised too. If we could get to that, it would actually do something. Can I... Nope. There's no obvious like breaks in the wall. I wouldn't necessarily expect to be able to jump down anyway. We could, this could be the vertical sequences of binary numbers that we saw in the other area, potentially. How would we know how to match them, though? The thing is, this is only, again, 4-bit binary. It's like not actually that many sequences in total, but they are obviously getting taller. So we could probably brute force that first one pretty quickly, but they're going to get annoying as we move on. I would prefer not to do any brute forcing. So what I might do, we might leave this area for now. I'll take some screenshots and come back here. We can maybe start the second episode here. We can try entering the stuff that was on the pillars. But if they're going to be different lengths... Oh! Hold on. Look at this. So there are these like little, like almost crenellations on the pillars. Is this one totally empty? And this one's totally lit, right? It's got wings on every part of it. Yeah. Okay, I think I see it. So we just want to light up the squares that have a little bit of foofara around them. These are the fancy squares. Okay, that's not too bad. So... I don't think we're supposed to read any of these as... Yeah. So in some areas it's broken. The island is in disrepair a little bit. It's not too hard to read yet, but is it going to get more difficult? Maybe. So far it's not too bad. These two for sure. I don't think the middle one... Are those two exact reflections? They were. Has that been the case for all of them? Yes, so far they've all been exact reflections. So we may have to use that here. Okay, this one's pretty clearly that. So in order for this one to be the exact reflection, it would be this, even though there's no obvious indication that this top one should be lit on this pillar. But yes, okay. They are intended to be exact reflections. So we're going to have to use both of them to figure out the meaning of either of them. So it's, starting from the top, it's 1, 4, and 7 that'll be lit on the other one. Wait. I zero indexed the 4, but I didn't zero index the 1. My brain is... Okay. Oh, interesting. And this works the same way? Yeah, where it is a reflection of both sides of the other one. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can work with that. Oh, bloody hell. So this is supposed to be some information. Oh, I see. You could sort of read it as a relief map, maybe like down, up, down, up. Or no, it's sorry. The leftmost one is up, down, up, down, up. Right? Because I'm reading like peak, valley, Peak. But maybe it's supposed to be Valley Peak, Valley... Yeah, maybe I have this exactly backwards. Nope. Interesting. Hold on, I'm just looking ahead here. So this is just on. It's interesting that you can just go to the next puzzle. Like, the power from here doesn't actually matter. I'm not 100% sure how to interpret. So I was thinking, like, this looks like it's... If we're interpreting this as, like, highs and lows, this looks like a high the whole way across. I'm also definitely, like, part of my brain is so internet poisoned, so Twitter poisoned specifically, that I see an arrangement of lines and it's like, vertical line, vertical line, vertical line, horizontal. Is this loss? But there's a part of my brain that is desperately trying to interpret the ways in which this might be loss. Man, I really like the vibe of this. So there's a room down below us, it looks like, that we can see into here. A big lake area with lilies and, man, this thing's broken. So we're pretty close to the end of this area then. We almost have the torchy bit lit. We just have to figure out how to interpret these last couple of puzzles. Oh, I am, okay. Hi everybody, I figured it out. This is a match for this. These are supposed to be, these were standing monitors and they fell off and broke. They're not a different kind of puzzle that's lying on its side. Okay, or they're not a different kind of puzzle that's oriented differently. They're the puzzles we were just seeing, but laying on their sides. I get it. So this is not a second piece of information. This is nothing. So we're just mirroring these across, right? So on the other one, those two would be lit. Yeah, so they're dark on this one. And then on this one, those two are lit. Top would be lit, so it's dark here. Yeah. Okay. I see. That I feel a little silly. That one is solved already. So let's see here. It's lit all the way up the right side, so this one's going to be dark all the way up the left side. And then here, we're filling in, these two are where the breaks are? Yeah. This seems dangerous. Do I have boots on or something? It's probably safe to stand on a sparking panel. Well, it turns out it doesn't matter. What am I talking about? It's lit up already. We do not have to solve this. We just have to use the information from it. So this is the big 2-column panel that's fallen over and knocks this down. This one was... Are these supposed to be at the same height? It looks like maybe this one is filled in at the top and the second from the bottom. So we do the opposite here. Okay, cool. And then this one is... The tops are both lit, so neither of the tops are lit here. Second row is empty. Third row is filled in on this side. So it's... Is that supposed to be the third row? Here's the problem. This doesn't look like it has 5 rows to me. This is row 1. This is row 2. This is 3. This is 4. I guess this is 5 here. 5 is empty on both sides there. Then empty, filled. Yeah, okay. That's having to translate it on a couple of different axes in my brain simultaneously is challenging, but we're getting there. Okay, I saw the break in the wall and I was wondering if there was a sneaky way to get down, maybe. Okay, so we should understand this, I assume, as 2 of these monitors that have just been pushed together. Excuse me. Maybe. Let's try understanding it that way. So if we are to read this one as this, and then this one like this, to reflect these across, we reflect the opposite, right? So here, it'll be those three empty, these two full, perfect reflection of this line. And then here we have a perfect reflection of that line. I hope that like, I'm trying to say words that communicate my thought process. I think it is entirely possible that it was not easy to tell what I was doing in my head there. Apologies. It's interesting that not only lit the torch, but also ran power up the mountain to something else. Let's go see if we can figure out what that is. So we get out of this like gated courtyard area. We'd have to be able to make it through that gate to be able to tell. And I don't know how to do that. Okay, in 2 dimensions, it's not always easy to tell how these environments are actually shaped. Here we go. So this, those two, and then shit is extremely broken from here. How would we tell what the rest of this is supposed to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I was gonna say, if it's an even number, it might just be like vertical reflection. I mean, we could try vertical reflection still. If we treat this cell as just sort of a center point. Nope. Pardon me. So if we can figure this out, it'll open up this gate and that gate. But how do we know what to do? I don't see any obvious environmental clues that are like, this is the stone that broke off of there, or anything like that. It's, I suppose, brute forceable, but like, that's unsatisfying. Yeah. I don't really want to brute force it. Is there... There's nothing funny going on with the shadow. The shadow looks exactly the way we would expect it to look. This isn't the shape of this one. Yeah, the shapes of the pillars over here don't seem to be corresponding to it in any way. I mean, do they want you to brute force? I mean, technically this looks right in the sense that like none of these have stone wings around them. Yeah, maybe they want you to brute force it. Let's run up here while keeping an eye on the area out there to the left and see if there is any obvious indication. Does the way the wall is shaped here give us anything? If the wall of this area was meant to... Oh! This whole area is shaped like one of these towers. So 0, 1, 0, 1. A way to understand it is like no wings, wings, no wings, wings, wings. So if we come all the way down here, it's like, this is an area that has wings, this is an area that doesn't. 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Shit, I do need something to write with, don't I? Well, the good news is, it's a bunch of... Okay, the top is a 0, And then it's one, 1, 2, 3 puzzle heights that are wider, 4 puzzle heights that are wider, and then a 0. Yeah, okay. Or what am I doing? Sorry, this isn't the right way to access this. We want to go up to that area where you can walk along the walkway. Yeah, so hopefully it's the shape of the walls around this area in its entirety. So it was a 0, then 4 puzzle heights of walls, and then a 0 again. Damn it. Was I close? I'm just like trying things that are near it. I thought I was onto something there. Yeah. Well, shit. Then I have no idea. Because it does, like, the shape of the outer walls here does look like it's out, and then it's in, and then it's... So this would be 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, and then mystery. And the thing is, I think that does kind of work here, right? Like, we have a narrow puzzle area. So, okay. First puzzle area is 0. This one's expanded, so this is a 1. This one's narrow, so it's a 0. This one's expanded, so it's a 1. And then this one's expanded, so it's a 1. And that is the shape that's at the bottom of this. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. And then you have a 0, and then a 1, and then another 1, and then another 1, and then another 1, and then a 0. But we tried that. One, 2... I did try that, right? 3, 4... Yeah, because this is the 2, so there would be a 0, and then... Yeah, so this is not it. It is weird, though, that this area is kind of shaped like the towers, if that's not what it's supposed to be. Very curious. Don't know what to make of it. Just going back over there to try it one more time to make absolutely sure. Because it would be 0, 1, 1, 1. Yeah. So this is the 0, and then there's 4 in a row, and then the top area is... So this is the right configuration if it is... If it were to be the shape of the area around the puzzles, and that does not work. So, yeah, shit, I don't know. Am I allowed to do the glowy outline thing around these? Yes. Okay, that doesn't... I was wondering if maybe we have to use that as a way of marking things as well. But doesn't seem to have anything to do with anything. All right, fair enough. I feel like we've done some good work here. This is going to bother me. But we did manage to complete 2 puzzle areas. Where does this go? Okay, this just goes back out. Is there a reason to be out here? Is there value in being out here? I mean, you can see this stuff. I am very curious about the room that seems to be underneath all of this. Also about how this is accessed. But I mean, there are a lot of paths we haven't explored yet. Huh. I don't remember pressing M on that before, but it did have the glow just now, didn't it? Maybe that's got something to do with it? Out of curiosity. Okay. So what if we just enter that exact sequence, but with outlines instead of lit blocks? Alright, you know what? I think this is plenty of progress. I think that's pretty good for the first episode. We managed to light a couple of fires, get a couple of areas checked off. This might turn out not to be a very long game, but I thought it would be an interesting thing. I always really love watching people play games like The Witness. I've probably watched like at least a dozen people on the internet play through The Witness because I just think it's really cool to see how people's minds like grasp and grapple with puzzle stuff. So hopefully watching me do that is interesting to somebody else as well. Fingers crossed. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. My hope here is to do about an hour of this thing, roughly every day until it is completed. So come back next time tomorrow for that, and we'll see you then.